afternoon. I was going to say good morning, but actually it is afternoon by now. And so this is the beginning of a new painting. I actually have nothing set up in the studio aside from the painting that I just finished. You know, I did that flower painting with the nasturtiums in it. And after that, I wanted to do a new one. I wanted to set up the cyclamen out there actually, because I do love to work from life as well, and especially in that lovely low winter light that's in the studio in the garden now. But the thing is, my belly rumbling. The thing is, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I've not actually got boards big enough. I don't want to do it on this board, this size. I've got lots of these size ones, but I haven't found one that's big enough to do the cyclamen justice. Maybe I could do it on this size board, but I want to have a look around first because I like the way that they I'm just gonna let Midnight in. Look, she's over there beside the cyclamen. Come on then. And I think I might actually change the pot as well that it's in, because I'd like something that's got more colour and maybe less, that isn't so kind of, I don't know, I think I'd like a different pot. Okay, here, back to today. So that's, last night I found this picture that I'd taken a photograph of. I think it might have been on the summer solstice I took this photograph, I'm not sure. Anyway, it was a painting that I did from life. It'll be on video somewhere. And I thought that's a good one to do on a small scale from the photo today. I like to have something prepared the night before, really. And so today it was maybe a little bit more. There was a little bit less structure to today's one, because I hadn't decided for sure. In fact, I was going to do something different. I was going to do daisies in a little blue jug, and then that just didn't seem to fit in the composition here. So I thought, look, I'm not going to start taking ages selecting something now, because that sometimes can send me off on a different tangent. So I just selected one. Hey. Did they turn out okay, the boiled eggs? And so I just selected one image that I think will fit the rectangular thing, and off we go. That's it. Oh, this is a lovely smell. Hope Lily's made a fry for herself there. Lily's working in IKEA these days. She's working this afternoon. And Erin is working as a lifeguard in a school this afternoon. So I'm going to make my own fry up after this. I stayed up until 3:15 last night. I don't know. I don't fully know why I do that. Look, at the time I know this isn't really what I'm wanting to be doing. But I think it's slightly addictive, like the kind of wanting to get more out of life or something, you know. Like I might watch something on the telly. I think if it happened earlier in the evening, I'd be fine. I don't mind watching stuff on the telly and things, but just for it to start earlier so that I get to bed earlier. But last night I was at the Landscape Awards anyway in Edinburgh, so that was kind of the thing that threw off the schedule a small bit. Right, a bit of focus on where I'm putting these flowers now that I don't send them off in the wrong direction altogether. That is off centre a bit more than I've got it. I think it needs to tilt that way a bit more. What? You're listening to me? Crunchy grapes. Do you know grapes are supposed to be very good for you? Black grapes apparently are very good for memory loss. That's why I bought them. Well, they're red grapes, really. No. I think I'm just sensible, Lily. There's that nice cobalt blue for the delphiniums mixed with the, what's it called, violet or something, the purple. Windsor violet. Okay, let's see now. So we've delphiniums there, and then the bulk of the green is there-ish. I could bring the green up a bit higher, I think. It's terrible using the same brush for the delphiniums as I'm using for the green, but sure, it's done now. green could come up a little bit higher, and that's where the big daisy will be sitting about there. Of course, I'll be using oil paint over this tomorrow again like the last time, so it's not like I'm setting it in stone just now, but it does help me to find things as clearly as I can at the outset, to get focused best I can early on. Yeah, drinking straight from the carton. Tropical juice. Man spread. Or the eggs. Oh, that's perfect. Not too runny. I didn't understand that. Oh yeah, albumin it's called, I think. What? People won't be able to hear you. They'll only hear me because I've got the microphone on. So I don't know if they can hear you or not. Right, I better focus now here. Right, no, it's telling me to stop talking myself. I wouldn't say shut up to you, and I wouldn't say shut up to myself, hopefully, either. I'd say please stop talking. Or please start focusing. Right. So the top of this daisy is equal to the bottom of that daisy over there. The lowest petal of that daisy. Daisy's been away for a few days. She just came back. She was wearing this pink bandana when she came back. Oh, was she? Did Hope say that? And she left it on it all that time. Alright. I thought it was Hope's idea. Well, she's already ghost-like with being so white. As a what? She's already like a sheep. What would you have done to make her more like a sheep? Sheepskin rug. Make her extra hot. Right. How to annoy Mum 101. Right. I think what I'll do now is I'll just stick in the oranges. Do you know I really need? There's a deficit of orange aside from the inks. I've really not got orange straight from the tube. This is acrylic ink though, so I suppose I could use that. You can sense the urgency because I sense that there's an explosion of narky dog on the way. I sense there's an explosion of narky dog on the way, so I'm doing this as quick as I can. Narky Mum as well, Lily Divine. Oh, Hope sent a photograph. Right, let's see. I think it's kind of more burnt sienna looking now, isn't it? Let's see if it works anyway, sure. So I can always use it as the dark underneath. Oh, it's very dark though, isn't it? That's not what I want. I think I'll just use cadmium red on its own to make that orange, and then tomorrow hopefully I'll have been to pick up some orange paint somewhere. Because I want to explain the crocosmias there. Hope is sending me pictures because last night we were together at an opening of the landscape the landscape awards in Edinburgh, and we took photographs standing beside my picture, the tiny little picture of Charlotte Square. But I thought, now I put it on the newsletter. Actually, that red isn't very bright red, is it? What about this one? Maybe that's the one I just used, is it? Permanent rose is definitely not the colour of crocosmias. Yeah, so that's the red is a bit muted. I think I'll just use the ink. I need to keep my brush really clean if I'm using that ink. Because the ink itself isn't that colourful either, really. I'm a bit in trouble with my glasses. They're the last pair I can find, and they're half broken. This is called Process Magenta. Wonder if that might be any better. Huh? I'm painting flowers that I've taken a photograph of. Oh yeah, I bought flowers from IKEA the other day. Got them for free. What are they called again? Orchids. They're actually a lovely shape to paint, so maybe I will do those. I might put them out in the studio and do them from life. What are you laughing at, Lily Divine? You know better now than that. You chancer. Go. You've been listening to me, have you? Right, Lily, go away. I'm just conscious of you there over my shoulder. Do you want to say hi?
No.
That's what I have to put up with, that attitude. What should I change? You'll be talking out the other side of your face now when you see this masterpiece tomorrow. This is just the start of it.
I'm not got
Lily, integrity, hand in hand. You just speak the truth, is it? So you don't. At least you're honest about lying. Hmm? I'm actually really hungry. I find sometimes, no, I don't want it now. I find sometimes if I eat like late at night, I feel hungrier in the morning. Don't go giving me that egg. I can feel you could. I don't want. Look.
Just mum, I don't care about you.
No, but seriously, I do. Like, why are you offering me the egg when I said I don't want it? No. That's your third egg now. You just can't be bothered. Maybe you would have it.
Well, give it to me then.
What?
Why'd you say give
Because
it
I
to
said I don't want it.
Yeah, so you took it. Here.
Just to get you out of my painting experience here. Honestly. Traumatized dog. Is she actually hiding herself under that cushion? Okay, back to the painting. Sorry about this now, you'll be getting seasick looking at it. What colour is this? Okay, yellow. So I'm going to use this for the inside. No, I'm focusing here. I'm going to use this for the inside of the daisy here. Just to position things as my main object today now. The inside of that daisy and the inside of that daisy. It's over there. Maybe a bit lower than that. And that daisy's quite dark in the centre actually. Yeah, I think it is about there actually. Okay, that's fine. And then there's a little yellow flower that's sticking down here too in front of, I think it's a marigold maybe, in front of the jug there. Alright, and now what I could do is maybe, oh yeah, I've got this cobalt blue for the tabletop as well, which is really nice. I'm just going to make a colour that I think looks like the grey of the jug, the other side of the jug there. And if I were to draw a straight line up from it, I'd fit another delphinium between the jug and the straight line. Do you know what I mean? Look like that. So really it should be about here. And that's the Hooker's green I'm putting in along with the brownish colour. but it's too similar to the colour of the leaves, so I'm covering over that again. So that yellow is not going to sit there, is it? Okay, and then there's the blue, which I think is cobalt blue, really. You can't really see it there. Cobalt, I think that's the cobalt blue of the tabletop. Sometimes what I do when I'm explaining a tabletop like that is, well, I kind of want it to be horizontal, I think. It's slanting up the way, and I don't think it helps the composition for it to be slanting that way. So I'm just going to make the tabletop horizontal at the back. And then over here too, in between the handle, there'll be a little bit. And underneath the handle of the jug too. Let's see now, is that far enough over? Yeah, just about. Good stuff. And then at the bottom of the jug, it'll probably go something like this. Let's see. It's a start anyway, sure. And then I'll bring a bit more of that greenery just down over there. I know it's kind of a mix of purple flowers and greens and different things. But in general, there's some kind of carry on there that feels like foliage. Flashing it on. And there's a lovely foxglove there too. And that I think might be the magenta colour. Touch of the magenta may work there. There's another foxglove there. These would have been from the garden, I'd say. Not the delphinium though. Although we did have delphiniums in the garden, but it didn't look that healthy. And there's these little spires of dull purple, which I think is the catmint. Or maybe it's the actual mint. Some catmint in there as well, I think. Yeah, it's okay. Not completely sure about that now, but something anyway. And I guess it would be good to do the starry purple flowers. I forget their name every time. I think I must look up the name each time I'm painting them, and then I forget again. Because there's quite a few of them grow around here. It's kind of overspill from a neighbour's garden, actually. That's where I got them. I'm trying to find the position of that leaf. Maybe down a little bit lower. Okay. And then the daisy over there, which probably will have, you know, some of the white petals. Need to get a smaller, clean brush at least. Some of the white petals will be there. And then there'll be the outline of the background coming up to meet the petals, which will be quite dark. Which I could paint in maybe like a Payne's grey colour. I don't know if I'll include the background or not, but in this little bit I have included that, just for now anyway. It'll be simple enough to lift it off. Although remember when I thought it would be simple enough to lift stuff off yesterday, and I ended up having to cover over the leaves with the oil paint, and it didn't really work for me, did it? I got there eventually, but like it was a tough road. Right. Then I'm just going to use the bigger brush to put on the Payne's grey style background. What I'm doing is I'm mixing the cobalt blue with the cadmium red hue here to try and make a Payne's grey-ish colour. Maybe a bit of yellow ochre will do it. It's more the colour of the jug, really, isn't it?
Where's your toy? Where's your toy?
Is Maisie doing the save me mum?
warm tab.
Oh, did you give her warm tablets recently?
No, but she's really sick.
You need to get some more for her.
Right, come on, yeah.
The joys. That's the piano in the background. What did you do, Lily? She's been all loved up at Hopes now for the last few days. It's well treated up in Hopes. And then back to this chaos. She loves coming back too. It was really nice to see her. I'm just going to lift out a little bit of the daisy again. And of course there's a daisy that's here, but sure, I've covered her over with the green now. Oh look, it'll come off again. That's the joy of these hard surfaces with the gesso on them. You can lift stuff off. Don't want to break my brush though. It's possible to retrieve the white of the background if you agitate the paper enough. I may need to put a bit more dog colour onto there. There's some droplets that fell on there and came off as white then. Okay. I don't know about putting in the purple flowers or not. Let's see. And that should really be a kind of more of a dark brownish shade. Nothing there. Because what it actually is, and I might excavate it out with this. What it actually is the little kind of seed heads of the crocosmias. You know how there's, before they open the flowers, they have these tight little buds along the stem. And then at the top it sails off to the right there. A bit like the top of a fern or something. And I can put a touch of orange on it tomorrow, and hopefully it'll read a bit more like the crocosmias buds. And I find myself a good colour. I keep talking about that since trying to paint the nasturtiums. I've been wanting to get a good orange, and so far kind of failed really. There are bags of acrylic paint outside in the studio, and in there will be surely Rita got an orange. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. But I didn't want to weather the storm of those bags, you know, until yeah, because there's so many to choose from. So it's good. Like my friend Emma in Dublin, who's a painter, she creates a little basket of art materials that she leaves nearby, and then she's only got those to select from. It's not too much. We want to kind of avoid the whole kind of breakdown of the system by overwhelm at all costs. That's maybe the meaning of my purpose of my life at the moment, is avoiding overwhelm at all costs. How about that for life's purpose? Or maybe I could say it in more positive terms. Embracing stillness and bliss and creativity and all the good stuff. That's my purpose. You can join me in it if you like. There's never too many. And that team. Now this is also the cobalt blue. I think I could do with having a little bit on the carton behind there. maybe up there too, the continuity. Okay, so there's lovely shimmering light on the right hand side. I've kind of got a bit of a, I've got the bug for this one now, if you like, wanting to keep going with it a bit, or just feeling excited by it, which is really good at the end of the first session. Because there's things to address, and there's also quite a lot of looseness in it. I think that's a good place to embark on a painting, to carry on with your painting, as if there's certain amounts that are still needing clarifying. It's a good place to stop after the first session. I mean, if there are things that are still needing clarity, and some parts that are kind of exciting you enough to return to it. So before I tame it all down too much now, excuse me, gosh, I've got some kind of allergy or something. Before I tame it all down, I'm going to say goodbye to you, I'd say, because I start to feel like I'm doing stuff there that is unnecessary. It's things that I can do instead with the oil paint, that kind of carry on. We'll reduce that triangle of blue a little bit. Okay. Excuse me. Maybe I'm a bit of a cold. There's other verticals over here too, but so far I feel like what I want to do is wait until I've got some orange in there to decide whether we need a background colour or not in that area. I've got a little bit of work to do in 2 commissions, just final touches to 2 paintings, which again, it's kind of a good place to be on the final touch stage. That's good. And also, if you're still listening, remember we've got our pop-up studio in Roslyn, pop-up gallery, I should say, kind of a shop gallery in Roslyn on starting on Thursday the 16th and running until Sunday the 19th of November. And I know you may feel it's a little bit early, but it's good for me to have my calendars out and all the rest. So there'll be calendars there, there'll be cards, there'll be some original art, and maybe quite a few of my paintings that I've been doing on a daily basis will be for sale too since October. Now there's all kinds of, it's maybe a bit like the Facebook sale, if you've seen that before, where there are sketches and collage pieces and things that are, I suppose they still have quite a lot of life in them, the thing. Kind of what I love really is passing on paintings that are fresh from the easel and feel still full of the creative joy that went into making them, with no intention of selling them, So they're the kind of paintings that I'll be bringing to that, and also framed work that has been ready and waiting for a home, and some figurative things and floral paintings and all the rest of it. Maybe a couple of landscapes. My landscape of Charlotte Square is in the City Arts Centre on the first floor. No, it's the second floor of the landscape exhibition, and it'll be there until March. But I loved painting that, and it was on this size again. I think partly I'm a miniature artist. Sometimes I used to exhibit, with the Royal Society of Miniature Painters and Engravers in the mall galleries. For a while I went through a phase of painting little portraits on stone or bits of ceramic, and then I would frame them. And quite often they were selected for exhibition with the Royal Society of Miniature Painters. It was really nice to head down and see my work on the wall there. I haven't done that for a while now, but I kind of seem to be going back into the desire for mark making that feels small, exquisite, and something kind of rich about the small scale sometimes, I think. Right, I'm going to stop setting myself up now, so I'm going to do a masterpiece altogether here. But before I leave you, just to indicate something of the flower that's embellishing this jug that I got from Veronica, good friend and artist herself. Thank you, Veronica. And lift out some of the spaces in between. I love to do that, put down a colour fairly freely and then do a little bit of fine tuning with it. But the thing about this colour is it's very green, and maybe really maybe really the pattern on the vase is more of a brownish colour. But I think it's indicating enough for me that there's a pattern on there. I don't have to be slavishly following every detail of it. But I've indicated to myself for when I come back to this tomorrow that at some point the pattern on there interested me. So maybe I could give more time to that tomorrow. And why don't I put in that little marigold again? It was located a bit off piste earlier. There we are. Okay. A little bit more yellow ochre on that one. Right, I'd say that's a good enough start now. Yeah, I kind of want to leave things a little bit free too, you know. So there we have it. That's how it's looking so far. And that's the painting I'm working from with my cracked screen. So something like that happening on there. That's the plan. Those 3 daisies. Daisies always do it for me. I love them. And that cobalt blue is exciting too, isn't it? I like that tabletop colour in the delphinium off centre. Just enough off centre to hopefully not be a bit twee looking. And we've got purples. Those are the purples. Why don't I just put in something? Look, see this colour? I think that's quite a good colour to mix with that violet to make those purple little. You can't see it, can you? Sorry. See that there? That's a kind of a, what's it called? Pale violet mixed with the Windsor violet. I think is a good colour to describe those little daisy flowers. And if anyone's listening still, you could stick in the name of those daisy flowers if you know it in the comments below. I seem to keep forgetting after I've gone off the video to look them up. So any gardeners among you? They're still flowering actually, and it's November. Oh, I also wanted to say that this painting today is dedicated to my sister Rita, whose 41st birthday is today. This time last year, we were heading to Dojenbera with her for a celebration. My mum and my sisters and myself, kindly funded by Rita for her 40th birthday. So I'm gone off there now then. Oh, it's okay, I think. Maybe just the position of that daisy might need to be adjusted a little bit over to the left. And then there's, so Rita, it's been a pleasure so far, so good. Looking forward to our next 41 years together as sisters. That's the foxglove. And you know, Rita is actually hugely supportive of me. Every painting in her house has been made by me. And she's got a big house and lots of wall space covered in paintings that I made from when I was a teenager. Like. So, as well as being a bit unsettling, seeing myself all over the shop, it's also really heartening, you know, to have that family support from all my family. And special mention to Rita today because of it being her birthday. So, happy birthday, Rita. Lots of love. I'm going to move that yellow daisy because it's kind of annoying. You know that I've discovered that it needs to shift to the left. And the best way to move a daisy, I reckon, is just to paint in the centre of it. It'll sit up above there. That'll be where it is. So that's the new centre. And I'll try and lift the old centre. So we get the yellowness out of there. And then we know that it's over here as the petals will be, yeah, a little bit closer to that other daisy. And that leaves room then for the foxglove and different things. I know it looks a little bit of a mess now, but I know what I'm up to so far, so I feel happy about it. Okay. Yeah, so there's a few little shifts, and I put in some touches for the purples, which aren't at all as beautiful, of course, as the flowers themselves, but well, there's time tomorrow. There's little circles of yellow ochre in the centre of those purplish flowers too. She's taken off all of that foxglove. Mightn't be any harm though. I'm trying to have a tiny touch of that magenta. I think that was a good colour for the foxglove, but it's ink, so it's going on fierce running. Maybe not a bad one to end with. Oh, foxglove here. I'll just do it like that. It's not really the colour of the foxglove, but it'll remind me that's what I was wanting to put in there. I'll come back to it tomorrow. And the oranges too. Okay. Right, so that's that. Third time lucky. Something like that is going on, I think. Happy enough with it. And I look forward to seeing what'll happen next. Look at the state of my glasses. It's kind of kamikaze trying to turn my face down and draw while the glasses are falling off me. But when I sit in the studio and work from life, I'm not using the glasses. So maybe that's the key. Maybe that's what I need to do. There's Maisie. Peace at last. Maybe that's what I need to do for myself, is to sit and paint those cyclamen and find myself a big enough page that I can work on, big enough board that I can do a satisfying painting of them from life. And you see what I mean about the pot? I'm not so keen on the pot for some reason. They're fine, like, for showing the flowers off, but I think I'd like a different pot to paint. What about this one? What about that one there? Look, a bit orange, but we'll see. That might work. Or I might just visit a second-hand shop and pick up some new pots. Be good. Okay. Lots of love, everybody. Have a good day. I hope that you didn't mind the distractions earlier. I feel like I'm happy for. There's a lovely marigold sitting in the cup over there too. I'll show you that. Not lovely. Well, it was nicer with the light behind it. You could really see the brightness of the marigold. And I kind of like it with the cup. I could always do that in the studio until I get the bigger ones. I could do that I could do that on one of my small boards, one of those ones. Before I get my bigger one to do the cyclamen. I was going to say about the distraction and the dog and everything. I feel moved to make creativity, to allow it to be as it is, part of life, and to sit at the living room table is lovely with my children around, and well, not always lovely because sometimes I get annoyed with them, but in general, I really love the attitude of like flux being there in all areas of life, not just in painting, and to be open to. And again, no, I don't always do this, but it's exciting to kind of sense the potential that's available in everything. I'm reading Rick Rubin's book, The Creative Art of Living, or something it's called. I just got it the other day, thanks to Titus from the Netherlands who recommended it. And in that, it's kind of inspiring about like how really, a bit like John O'Donoghue's statement, we are all creators, we are all artists, and choicelessly as human beings, we create our lives. We select and dissect and choose, and from all the data that we're all presented with, we uniquely come with our own view of the world and our own selection process and distilling down and splurging out and all the ugly kind of beauty of the whole thing. There's my lecture now over for the day. Thanks very much for joining me and for listening. And yeah, of course, you're free in your flux to switch off at any time too. Okay, lots of love. Bye.